The following footage is fairly old, as should be evidenced by the base I'm at, the dated loading screens, high performance, and old Continental bonuses. In addition, the loadout used in the video does not reflect what I currently consider to be an optimal loadout. This all said, I feel the footage is still useful, as most any critiques relevant to this video would still be relevant today. The clip begins with light skirmishing on a hill. I recognize that my position is poor and decide to move into the friendly base to obtain a better one. On the way in, I run into a heavy dealing with a friendly Max. However, because he is distracted, I get an easy kill. Recognizing the sound of VS shotgun, coupled with a mark on my minimap, I cautiously try and engage. Though I know his location and can pre-fire due to the minimap signature, engaging a shotgun in CQC is not a very good idea. This turns out to be a non-issue as a friendly Max out overpowers them.
User joined your channel.
Though I successfully engage a stalker infil that tries to surprise me, I use a 15-round burst without any pauses. This is far longer than any burst should be, but due to the stalker's timid approach, I succeed anyway. The correct action here would have been to burst no more than 5 or 6 rounds in a row. A sniper engages me but fails to kill me. I dodge on my way back down the hill and find its hiding spot after a bit of searching.
Oh, trust me, I know what it's like to take a hard one to the base.
At this point, the fight is basically over, and I really should redeploy and join the front lines. However, I get distracted by a minimap signature and instead opt to stay here. Now I engage and beat 2 more players. The first has his back turned as he's still looking down the hill, and though my aim is poor, I score a kill. I break line of sight to regain my Planetside advantage and reload before I engage a medic. At this distance, I engage entirely by hipfire, helped by the laser sight. I move forward to gain angle over the base of the hill and hopefully engage new targets moving on my position, but I'm interrupted by tracers from further up the hill. Though I likely could have doubled back to my previous spot and just engage him from there, I instead panic and move down the hill using a medkit as I move. As I move further up the hill, an infil surprises me. Expecting an SMG, I try to dodge and disrupt his initial aim before engaging. This is not necessary as it's only a stalker who fires and misses 1 shot. Even if it had been a cloaker with an SMG, I likely could have simply used my shield and tried to out DPS him, though this is much more risky, especially if the cloaker has good aim. Again, my bursting is incredibly poor. I fire 13 rounds consecutively without pause.
Oh, trust me, I know what it's like to take a hard one to the base.
As I crest a small outcrop, I see 2 targets. One stands still, and though my bursting is passable, my aim and recoil compensation are atrocious. Had the target attempted to move at all before the final few shots, I likely would not have scored a kill. I engage a further target, starting with single shots, then moving to bursting. In my opinion, this is good form, as it allows you to try and front load damage via headshots, then grants a higher chance of hits once the target starts trying to dodge. Ultimately, I score another kill. As I land in a crevice, I recognize that I'm in a bad spot with no cover or escape, and that I'm out of my effective range for combat. I move closer to engage a target that I know is at the bottom of the hill, and though I slip, I regain footing and obtain a good position with full shields, an elevation advantage, and a cover advantage. Now I make a number of mistakes which result in my death. Firstly, I do not turn on my shield at the beginning of the engagement. Being resist, it's all but useless by the time I activate it. Secondly, my aim could be better. Lastly, my bursting is terrible. For what seems to be the last half of the gunfight, when my crosshair is mostly on my target, I do not score even a single hit. This is because my cone of fire is large enough that, at this engagement distance, my bullets can deflect around my target. Due to my lack of bursting, I die, and fortunately realize that I should join the frontline fight, which I move on to do. As a conclusion, though aim is incredibly important, positioning is as well. Though my aim was fairly poor throughout the video, I was often able to beat opponents by having a better angle, the advantage of surprise, or both. Also, good aim is useless without proper burst control. Being able to put a crosshair on a target is ultimately not important if one allows their cone of fire to become an issue.